It's Corey here, Corey TI here. What up to all my fellow TIs and non-TIs? Hope you're having a fabulous fun day Sunday. Yeah, as I posted, I was at this farmer's market here in the HOA community, Big Bass Lake. So I wanted to come back on here to discuss really quick the reason why we are targeted. A lot of us are targeted individuals because we are targeted because of our light that we spread. Like not just that, but like we may have certain talents and gifts. Like I have I'm doing content creation. I was an actor. I did some work in Hollywood, when I wanted to still continue on with that, they damaged me, I gotta say, a lot with the nanotech chip that they gave me, installed in me, or gave me via a chip, like a pill, excuse me, and the deadly so-called, the jab. But point being is that a lot of us are targeted because we're surrounded by narcissistic, sick psychopaths, in the medical industry, a job, the reason, or else why would they be targeting us? Why would we be on the terrorist watch list? Why would we be gang stalked? Those are the only reasons why we are targeted, because we have natural, abilities. We're gifted, talented in many ways. I mean, a lot of us are special in all different ways, but we're surrounded by a lot of evil people. That's why we're targeted, innocent, everyday working people. We have our issues, our problems. We're not perfect. We have our flaws. That's what makes us human. But like I'm doing content creation. I'm still doing YouTube. They damaged me. Like I said, oh no. What I wanted to say was that when I was at UCI hospital, really did the dirty work toward it gave me that nanotech chip, and one of the doctors, or so-called doctors, or people, staff at the hospital, asked me specifically, I remember this too, do you have any gifts or talents? Like, why would you ask me that, unless you're there to try to destroy that? That's what they're after. That's why she asked me that, evil bitch. I don't remember her name or exactly what she looks like, because of the damage these people, the crimes they committed. These are Nuremberg-style crimes. I got no due process. Every restaurant and place, and after I got out of the hospital I went to, was poisoning me. This is the truth. I'm not crazy. I don't care. It has nothing to do with whatever so-called mental disorder I got, with this pseudoscience bullshit. Anyways, this is a true story. They gave me a nanotech chip. Look up nanotechnology. It's real. Ask anybody in this targeted individual community about nanotech chips and how it's destroying people. It's they use it to track people. It has all your medical information, all the lies and slander that they spread about me on there. It pings off of people's cell phones and stuff like that. The smear campaigns that your family and your so-called friends and people, co-workers and people, smear about you, say about you, like they've been doing to me. My family's still adamantly in denial about it. They're full of shit. They know they're full of shit. Maybe they're under NDAs or something and can't talk about it, but they're all fucking evil. I don't give a shit if it's your family. No normal family would take part in something like this. You got to be evil, and you need to be brought to justice. You will be exposed and brought to justice. This gang stalking program, this targeting of people without due process, framing people for crimes, for dozens of crimes like they're trying to do to me. This evil, wicked witch, Karina Galvez in SoCal, is trying to do to me. It's the Salem Witch Trials 10.0. That's what this shit is. But we're going to flip the script on them, and they're going to deal with this punishment. All because of people, a bunch of narcissists, envy because of our light that we spread and the talents and gifts we may share, and our creativity and wanting to be entrepreneurs and self-sufficient and not live in this corrupt matrix, this evil, corrupt cabal system, which is no more. They're in panic mode. They know their days are numbered, so they got to try to take anybody out who's a threat to their system. That's why they're trying to do it to me. That's why they're targeting me, calling me a PDF file and all this other shit and setting me up for crimes I never actually committed. This is how evil they are. Corrupt Huntington Beach officers, Huntington Beach, California, and corrupt Orange County sheriffs out there in SoCal, and even at the 10666 precinct in Ozone Park, Queens. I've been targeted my whole life, I believe, and cops always taking other people's sides and things like that, getting into situations, they're fucking evil. all Freemason. Majority of these police forces, New York PD, LAPD, you know, Huntington Beach PD, every police force, sheriffs, I'd say about 30% of them, maybe more, maybe almost half of them are Freemasons, maybe. These people, they're part of the fucking Church of Scientology. They do baby blood sacrifice rituals and all this shit. A lot of these so-called cops, even the EMTs, a lot of them in the fire department are involved in this shit. You know, the fucking EMT. When Karina, the evil wicked witch Karina Galvez, had that vaporizer in her room, and I inhaled whatever the fuck was coming out because it was filling up the hallway. I called 911, and the EMT, the fire guy, the firefighter, the EMT, he's like, "Oh, it's your paranoia or it's your anxiety." They've been told, they planned this shit. They've been told to say that. This is all real shit that happened to me. It's stuff that sticks out that I remember. You know, but anyways, this is a spiritual war. They know that the enemy knows they lost. That, you know, so they got to do anything to fucking try to take people like myself out and destroy reputations, and it's sad that your own family's involved in it. My own family's involved in it. They're fucking bold-faced fucking liars, and I've said it to their face too. You know, they're bold-faced fucking liars, and they're going to go down, and everybody else that's involved is going to go down, whether it's friends of them or other people. You know, you fucking FBI agents that are involved in cops and all that, sheriffs. You think you're above the law? You think this ain't going to be proven? You're going down too, motherfuckers. You know, a lot of them have been already, a lot of corrupt FBI agents and stuff with the Russia collusion, delusion hoax and stealing of the 2020 election, and you know, other crimes of treason have been taken out, I believe, by the White Hat Military Alliance. We're still in this operation. They're going to take your asses out, too. You don't think you're going to be caught, bastards? Yeah? Trafficking children and all this shit and trying to frame me for crimes like that and other people, innocent, hardworking Americans and stuff, and ruining lives and targeting us, putting us on a terrorist watch list, a so-called terrorist watch list. Okay. You think this gang stalking program is going to last much longer? We'll see. All right, we'll see. Anyways, I figured I'd come on here and talk about this for a little bit. That's what they're after. They're after our soul. They're after, our talents, our gifts, just humanity in general. So I figured, I'd come on here and talk about this I hope you guys have a good fun day Sunday. If I have other things to talk about, I'll come on here. Maybe I'll do a live or something if you guys want. We'll do a Q&A or something. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.